What the heck have we just witnessed? Australia 6, Zambia 5 in our second group stage game of the Olympics. This has to go down as one of the most insane Matildas games in recent history. I mean, incredibly, we keep our Olympics dream alive, but there is so much to go through in this game. We'd love to get your thoughts on it, so feel free to just throw your thoughts into the comment section. I would love to get your perspective on this game, because there's plenty of narratives that came out of this one, and then as the game was playing out as well, there were so many narratives that were developing. I mean, we think to half-time when Matildas were down 4-2 and then 5-2, and it was just absolutely incredible to see Matildas losing by such a margin. No one saw it coming. But then the incredible comeback in the end. I mean, Australia somehow rescued it. It was reminiscent of the Women's World Cup last year when we had to win that last group stage game against Canada to get through to the round of 16. We managed to do it with a big 4-0 win. Let's just run through the timeline of this game here. You can see the goals in this game. First of all, Barbara Bender scoring one of no exaggeration, one of the greatest goals I've ever seen within 40 seconds, beating Mackenzie Arnold with an insane strike from outside the box. Alana Kennedy equalising in the 7th minute. Barbara Banda managed to score a hat-trick as well in that first half, 33rd minute, and then late on in first half stoppage time as well. Kuntananji as well scoring in the 21st minute for Zambia. Hayley Rasso grabbing a goal as well in the 35th minute. It was utter chaos in that first half, and it ended 4-2, and I was like, where can this game go from here? And I personally, as an Australian fan, was feeling really dejected after that first half. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe what was going on. And I would have loved to have seen that half-time team talk from Tony Guzman to get this team fired up for this second half. It didn't start great. Kundananji grabbing a second goal of the game to make it 5-2. And at that point, I was like, this is crazy. This is just insane. I mean, all these, obviously heading into this game already, and even over the past few months, I guess you could say, there's been a lot of conjecture surrounding Matilda's coach, Tony Gustafsson, and whether he's the right man to lead Australia forward. If Australia had lost this game 5-2, there would have been pressure for Gustafsson to depart his role immediately. But incredibly, Australia managed to turn it around from there. I mean, Steph Catley stepping up big time with a couple big goals, a free kick, a terrible error from Zambia's goalkeeper, and then the penalty goal, and then Michelle Heyman stepping up at the end there to win it for Australia. But it was one of these weird games where just watching the play and everything, it just felt so unconventional. It felt so bizarre. It didn't feel like we're watching a football match. It was just utter chaos. It was entertaining. It was dramatic. It was emotional. I just went through a full roller coaster of emotions watching this football match. 6-5 in the end for Australia. No one saw this coming, of course. My prediction heading into this game was 3-1. I thought maybe we could have grabbed a win here. I thought we had enough to get the win. Zambia, obviously we were aware of the goal threat, but no one expected Zambia to score 5 goals against the 12th ranked team in the FIFA rankings in Australia. Dude, I mean, you look at the stats as well. Let's flick over to the stats, and these coming from the Olympics official website. I mean, this sums it up as well. 27 shots for Australia, 25 for Zambia. I mean, how often do you see that both sides, their shot stats are in the 20s? 14 on target for the Matildas, 11 on target for Zambia. Possession was really back and forth. There wasn't really any periods of dominance for either side. Australia at times were sort of building up slowly from the back, but then it would break down going forward. 7 corners for either side, 10 fouls for Zambia, 8 for Australia as well. And I was frustrated many times as well. I thought there was so much space opening up, especially in the second half for Australia. I wanted us to get forward and be more adventurous. It was really interesting seeing. Personally, I thought Australia's defence was sitting far too deep for so much of the game. Even when we were in possession, I wanted us to squish up, to push Zambia back, pin them into their own half. You got the sense that maybe the centre-back partnership of Alana Kennedy and Claire Hunt were aware of the pace of the likes of Barbara Banda, who obviously was very dangerous in this game, scoring a hat-trick. Fair enough, but there were so many instances where I thought if we just pushed up a little bit, just compressed Zambia back a little bit, we could really pin them back and score more goals. I mean, it was 6 for Australia, and it could have been well more in that first half and second half as well for the last 10 minutes. There were some golden opportunities. It's just incredible to think the number of goals that were scored, 11 goals total. It could have been more. There were so many golden opportunities. And I guess you could probably say the defence wasn't really here in this game for either side, which was really, really disappointing, also from an Australian point of view, to be conceding a number of goals once again. Here's the lineup that Australia deployed for this game. The one change to the starting 11 was Courtney Vine dropping out, and Emily Van Egmond came into the side to play alongside Mary Fowler and sort of a front two set up here. So look, another strong lineup heading into this game. I think it was, for me, a mistake not to deploy Michelle Heyman from the start. Who knows? Is she carrying an injury or a knock at the moment that's not allowing her to play 90 minutes? Potentially, I don't know. But especially seeing the impact that she had in this game, in the final stages, scoring that winning goal. I mean, we have to go for it against USA, and she surely has to start that game against USA. Emily Van Egmond didn't really have too much of an impact in this game. I'm not a fan of her playing high up the park. I prefer seeing her play in sort of that deep lying midfield role where she can get herself on the ball and utilize her fantastic passing ability. But look, Cooney Cross and Gorry were working really hard in midfield. Rasso and Ford were good on the wings. The defense was just a bit chaotic. There were some good moments here and there. There were some nice defensive interventions from Kennedy and Hunt. Obviously, we spoke about Steph Catley before. And look, there were plenty of substitutes made in that second half to really shuffle things around. Torpy, Wheeler was on as well, and obviously Michelle Heyman to provide a bit more freshness moving forward, and that did eventually help for Australia. An incredible match from the Tillies, an incredible scoreline. And as it goes on here, obviously we've got a really, really tough game coming up in a final group stage game against USA. Here's my play votes for this matchup, though. I'm going 3 votes for Steph Catley, 2 for Caitlin Ford, who racked up, I think, 7 shots all up in this match. She was dangerous for pretty much the entire match. And Kyra Cooney-Cross, again, just working hard in midfield, played 90 minutes. She always puts in a solid effort there as well. And let's look at those group standings now, because Australia currently sitting in 3rd place still after 2 games. In the other game, USA picked up a really impressive result, defeating Germany 4-1. So they currently sit top of the group. They're +6 on goal difference as well. So we can still sneak through in a 3rd place situation here. Obviously, the top ranked 3rd place teams go through to the knockout stage. It's looking unlikely that we catch 2nd place. Germany have Zambia next. You'd expect them to get the win in that game against Zambia, and it's going to be tough from there. Obviously, USA, it's going to be really unlikely that I think we get the win here. I think it's just been such a chaotic group stage. I'd be really surprised if we grab the win. I think if we can take a draw, hopefully sneak into the knockout stage, we'll have to take that and then regroup for the knockout stage. But this 2 games in, this has just been an insane group stage and an insane result here. I mean, Matildas 6, Zambia 5. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I want to know what you guys are thinking after this match. As I mentioned before, a full roller coaster of emotions. We're going to be live this afternoon at 5 p.m. for a full live discussion of this match, so feel free to join that as well as where we break down this game and look ahead to the final match against USA, which is taking place this Thursday morning, 3 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Hit the like button on the way out. Crazy day to be a Tillies fan. My name's Lockie, this guy's Football, and I'll see you in the next one.